Hey Froggy friends, Kirostyle here, welcome back to Octopath Traveler 2! Thank you so much for joining me here on stream. Hey everyone, hey CB, Kieran, Sai, Key, good to see you. Father Mage, welcome. Thank you so much for coming by the stream. Hey Yule, good to see you. So it's been a while since we played this game. It's been 2.5 months actually. And at the time we finished every character's story, but we need to go and do some side quests. So I actually wanted to wait a little bit longer because I wanted to wait until there were proper guides for this game, because it's a new game, and based on our experience from the last game, the true final boss is quite difficult in that you can't really walk into it blind. And I didn't really feel like stumbling into it blind because you also have to, in the previous game at least, you had to like stumble through a bunch of mini boss battles first. It was very time consuming if you did have to restart. Now, it's been 2.5 months, and, you know, let never be said that Kiro leaves games unfinished on his channel. I always make sure I finish the games I start on my channel. Now, to be honest, there are some guides for this game out now, but they're not really great guides compared to Octopath 1. Where there are a lot of really concise guides that tell you everything what to do, where to find the best items, which side quests you should do. This game still does not completely have that. So, but I did want to get back into it. I don't want to leave any loose hanging threads. We just finished Blaze Blue Continuum Shift, so I thought it'd be a good time to come back to this. Now, that being said, so I made like a list of what I want to do and what I want to get through, and it'll probably take a couple streams to get through, but I'm going to try to do it in the most concise, organized way as possible. So in the first game, when you beat everyone's last chapters, there's some side quests that open up only available after you beat everyone's final chapters. And those give you some of the best weapons and armor in the game. Now, this game does not have as much of that. It still has a few. Usually those final side quests are side quests that involve characters that were in the main story. So in the first game, all the NPCs that were involved in the main story were not available on the overworld until you cleared everyone's final chapters. In this game, it's about half and half. There's a lot of NPCs that still hang around. Even after you finish the final chapters, they're available beforehand. You can steal from them, they have quests. And there's a few that only spawn after you finish the final chapters. So, I'm gonna do those quests, catch up with all the characters that have post-game quests, but we're also going to do a lot of regular quests too. I made a list of the regular quests I want to do. I'm aiming for the ones that give you the nuts, because the nuts are stat boosting items, because we'll need those, and the ones that give us good equipment rewards. Again, it was a little hard to figure out what was considered a good equipment reward and which one's not, so I had to do some scouring, and it's very obvious a lot of the guides are still incomplete. There were a lot of guides that just straight up had wrong information, like they just had it was obvious they just copy and pasted a guide from a Japanese site and then like translated it. So a lot of the locations and the character names were wrong because you can tell like, oh, this sounds like this, but it's not quite because they translated the name directly. So I'll try to do my best for that. Now, we also need to unlock the final hidden job class, the Conjure, but there's a tough boss we have to fight, and I think I'd rather go get some equipment that you can easily obtain from doing side quests first before fighting that boss. I think I can take them on now, but I just want to be safe and make it easier for myself by getting all the better items first. We'll do the optional side quests, we'll do the optional dungeons, we'll do the last job quest before we prepare for the true endgame, and then there's also a super boss that is stronger than the true final boss in this game, which they didn't have in the first game. So, I know that was a lot of talking, but basically what I'm saying is, today's side quest day. So I made a list of all the side quests I want to do, and I organized it by region. So we're going to start with Hinuma. Now we're in Ku, because that's where we left off. I also put my party as Hikari, Throne, Agnia, and Oswald. Hikari's my boy, he's my strong heavy hitter, I need him in the party. And I made sure to have every single path action available in my group. So Throne is going to do the stealing for us, Hikari will duel, Agnia will guide people, and Oswald will get information from them. That way we don't have to change out people as much. Hopefully I still remember how to play this game. I mean, it's a turn-based game, so there's not much to relearn, but, you know, the strats and stuff I might have to brush up on. So, if we're gonna start with Hinuma, we're gonna start with Sai. Or actually, no. I'm incorrect. I want to start from... Where is it? Actually, I want to start from Ryu. Still trying to remember all the locations and where they are and what they're called. Okay, so at the very beginning of the game, we had a quest that we didn't do. And this quest appears outside the town depending on which traveler you started with. So for us, we started with Hikari, so he started here. So his name's Al. I've heard this area is quite dangerous, so you best be careful. So at the very beginning of the game, he said that he got robbed by someone. And we never actually helped him out. I lost my bag to a thief not long ago. I cannot continue my journey without it. How do I get it back? And we never found the thief because the thief only appears at nighttime, and I changed it to daytime because I didn't want to fight strong monsters at the time. Hey Aru, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by.
May I have this dance? Cleaning time.
I don't want to fight you guys, even though I'm probably gonna one-shot them all. Alright, I forgot. I need to check if everyone has the skills that I want. So I have extra experience. Do I have... Yeah, I'm gonna do evasive maneuvers. Just so we don't have as many encounters. So there should be a thief somewhere nearby. Oh, here he is. We're gonna get Al back his stuff. Damn it, there's nothing worth anything in this bag. Huh? A map? I ain't ever seen a place like this. Hey, who the hell are you? You got business with me? Yes, I do. Ah, you have no idea who you're dealing with, do ya? Dude, you're like level 5, maybe? I'm like level 60. That doesn't mean I'll go easy on you. Hand over all your leaves now.
May I have this dance?
Prepare yourself.
Oh, well, okay.
Coup.
Fatality. Hell's wrong with you? Damn, you could have it. This stupid bag is worthless anyway. I got Al's bag. Yeah, the level 3 crook versus the level 15 mafia boss. I've heard this area is quite dangerous, so you best be careful. I lost my bag to a thief. Okay, you just say the same thing. Here you go, Al. Have your bag. You've been waiting like 70 hours for this thing. That's it, my bag. Don't tell me you got it back from the thief. I cannot thank you enough. Now I can continue my journey. Thank you, truly. It's not much, but I want you to have it by way of thanks. I must be off now. I pray we meet again. Hopefully you don't end up being related to the final boss, like in the last game. Where, what was his name? Kit? The first guy that gives you a quest? I got a slippery nut. Okay, now let's go to Sai. So there's 2 quests here we're gonna look to do. So that guy has a quest. And there's a quest here. Never figured out how to get to that chest over there, actually. I don't think it has anything good in it, but... maybe this guy will help me. First, let's steal stuff from him. Okay, I've already stolen from you. And I got information from you. Okay. You're off the hook, man. This stronghold's definitely seen better days. It needs repairs and quick. It actually belonged to the kingdom of U, which is what this land used to be. When the kingdom was destroyed, the technology to fix it was lost. What do you mean, the technology to fix bridges and ladders was lost? Still, the residents here don't have the money to build themselves new houses. I could try to fix it myself, but I need the actual plans from the era to do that. Oh, apparently. See, my days of thievery and going around the world stealing from everyone means that I already have a lot of the items we need. So we stole this item originally from someone in Canalbreen. Here. There's no doubt about it, these are the plans for this stronghold. It's a miracle you managed to find these. I have a feeling it would involve some complex engineering. Even a single miscalculation could be dangerous. With these plans in hand, I don't doubt I can do it. Fine work, stranger. I got a tough nut. Thanks, man. Sword, thank you. The stronghold's almost good as new now. It should last another 100 years. The nation of U must have been pretty impressive to have built something like this. Nice. Do you guys have anything for me? Everyone's grown stronger since we were nearly evicted. I think this town will be just fine. I only have a 54% chance of scrutinizing. I guess Oswald is actually a pretty low level. Maybe I should take Casti instead. We're all gonna work together to keep hope alive. Okay, you have nothing to steal and nothing to scrutinize. Is a 54% chance good? Let's see.
What's this?
Nice. Wait, so his wife doesn't even have anything to scrutinize? Okay. I don't think Lila's around because she has a quest. Oh right, no, I forgot. I was gonna say the soldier dude, but then the soldier dude moved to Timberane, didn't he? The ceasefire is all thanks to you, Casti. We owe you so much. Casti's not here right now. But I will take it.
What's this?
I didn't actually scrutinize and get information from everyone, because in the last game I brought Alphen with me everywhere, but in this game I did not bring Casti all the time. Okay, let's see what you want.
Well now.
Ow, I can't believe that bastard, and with my own father's sword. That sword is a precious family heirloom. I won't be able to face my father without it. That dirty thief should be at the decaying temple in the eastern Sai Sands, but I don't stand a chance against him. He probably knew as much, which is why he let me live. So in this quest, we have to go to this temple and get back that guy's sword. Now, apparently, you can only... There's a chest in there that has a really good spear, I think. So we're gonna do that, but also you need to go in that temple. I know it doesn't tell you, but apparently you can only go in with one party member, which is odd, but that's okay, because Hikari's level 63, so he should be more than fine. Oh, travel banter, I forgot. We have that now. This goulash is delicious. It warms you from the inside. I didn't know they serve goulash here. I think I'll order some for myself. What's that? You've run out. How unfortunate, Professor. My goulash. Don't worry, Oswald. There are still lots of other tasty dishes here. Would you like some of mine? I only had a little bit. Oswald? Aren't you a little too old to be sulking like a child? Cheer up, Professor. Meals are meant to be enjoyed. I see. There is no answer. What's that? I've been racking my brain hoping to find a way to create goulash. But I suppose it's not possible. After all, nothing begets nothing. I didn't know you liked it that much. Don't worry, Oswald. I'll make some for you sometime. Thank you. Oh, Oswald. Oh, remove. There we go. Hey, Hikari, you're going to solo. I hope I don't regret this. Probably not. Okay, so the dungeon's just outside town. Well, not just outside town, it's a little bit further. See how much of everything I remember.
Stand aside or fight.
Oh, I should put evasive maneuvers
Now
on you.
it begins.
Since I don't have... Oh, come on. How dare you not let me escape and do 1 damage against me? How dare you?
My turn.
Just speed up the battle. Oh, seriously? Okay, battle 2 times speed. Okay, you guys are in
Prepare
for it.
yourself.
You wouldn't let me leave? Well, fine.
Go in for it now. Predictable.
Gosh, it's taking forever.
Too slow. My turn. I fight for my friends. It's over. Here I come. Prepare yourself.
I can't believe these guys are actually doing damage to me. Just with poison.
I still have much to learn.
I have evasive maneuvers on you? No, I don't. Fine. I have plenty of grapes. Again, I don't know why I need to only go in here with 1 person when the quest didn't tell me that. But apparently it's a thing.
Your opponent.
Oh, you assholes again. Come on, let me run. Oh, come on. Is it just really hard to run with only 1 character in your party? Is that what it is?
Predictable. My turn.
Arms master skills. I don't remember what any of my attacks do. I don't really have attacks that hit everyone. I have attacks that hit multi-hits.
Bow of the hunter.
Okay, well that was pretty good.
Here I come.
poison me.
It's over. There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my sword.
Can't believe it won't let me run from these dudes. Do I have like a something I can equip? It makes it easier for me to run. I don't think so. Oh. Nope. Okay, well. I don't like having to fight everything. Okay, Decaying Temple, level 40. That's a very suspicious chest.
I'll do what I must.
Okay, it looks like the enemies in here might be scaled
My turn.
to a single player.
Here I come. You're in for it now. Who's next? For the pride of Ku.
Bottle of sleeping dust, not exactly what I wanted.
Stand aside or fight. Now it begins. You're in for it now. I've got it. Good. I still have much to learn.
Oh, there's so many.
I shall be your opponent. Here I
So many encounters.
You're in for it. Who's next? Good. For the pride of Ku. I'll do what I must. Now it begins.
Just burning through all my SP.
You're in for it now. You've been exposed.
Oh, don't poison me.
I'm sorry. Here I come. Allow me. Who's next? There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my sword.
I need more grapes. Okay, so apparently the chest is here, nearby.
Stand aside or fight. My turn.
Will it just let me flee? Oh, come on.
Now it begins. You're in for it now. Good. I still have much to learn.
Aha! That's what I wanted. It's one of the best spears in the game. Actually, I think it's like the
I'll do
second
what I
best
must.
spear in the game.
My turn. Now it begins. It's over.
You lost, you dumb beetle.
Here I come. There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my soul.
Something on this side too. Oh, stop fighting me.
I shall be your opponent. Prepare yourself. You're in for it now. I still have much to learn.
Hey, don't fight me, I just want to get to this fight. Oh, come on.
Stand aside or fight. Here I come. You're in for it now. Who's next?
The encounter rate is so bad
no
when you don't
need
have
for
evasive
flattery.
maneuvers.
It'll rust my soul.
Just let me fight this thing. This person. The longer I look, the prettier it gets. Aye, a sword this gorgeous belongs in the hands of a true warrior. Can you hear it? Listen closely, it says it wants to be wielded by me. And it thirsts for blood.
The future hinges on this
Oh,
battle.
dang, you actually look
My
kind of
turn.
cool. I thought you were just gonna have like a normal, like, dueling NPC sprite. I didn't think you would have like a giant macho boss fight sprite.
You're in for it. My truth been exposed.
Oh, hi. Oh, you do like nothing.
Here
That was
I
like
come.
pathetic.
You're in for it. Time to strike. Now it begins. I fight for my friend.
Okay, so apparently, limb from limb is like the strongest damaging attack in the game. But if your strength stat is not high enough, then you should use.
I won't be afraid.
Then you should use Sogetsu-sen. It's better than Brand's blade. What button does what? Okay.
I'll end.
I'm gonna try limb from limb.
How?
That's pretty pathetic, actually.
Prepare yourself.
I don't remember what my skills are.
Blade of the Dead. Here I come. Blade of the Dead. Prepare yourself.
Again, he's pretty wimpy.
My turn. I fight for my friends. Keep my friends safe.
Oh, that's still pretty wimpy. Why am I so wimpy?
Prepare
Oh,
yourself.
okay. You have one shield, but nothing. Oh, I don't have Ruinous Kick. Actually, I need to heal my DP.
I need this. My turn.
I don't have anything that just decreases your shields, right? Oh, I should have taught myself Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch will decrease their shield regardless. Hey, Death Zero, welcome to the stream.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, right, I can do this.
Choose your next move.
It's been so long since I played this game.
I return your wrath to
And also, just so you guys know, if you're new here, I'm not really looking for help.
I'll end this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Brand's Blade again.
I summon Brand. Good.
Oh, you have much lower HP than I thought.
Pride of Ku.
I can't believe that bastard. It was my own father's sword. That sword is a precious family heirloom. I won't be able to face my father without it. That dirty thief should be in the decaying temple in the Eastern Side Sands, but I don't stand a chance against him. He probably knew as much, which is why he let me live. Well, I got a present for you, buddy, bucko, friend, pal. I can't believe it, my father's sword. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This is a memento of my father. He was an incredible warrior, but never once used the sword to kill. He said a true warrior can win a fight without ever drawing his blade. I swear upon his sword to become just as strong as he was. Alright, I forgot. I don't have the rest of my party. Hey, Forgotten Dreamers! Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, now I can actually take everyone back. Yeah, done in Sai now. Hey Kat, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by today. It's good to see you. Oh, you like my character? Thank you so much, Forgotten Dreamers. I really appreciate it. I'm glad it enticed you to drop by. Okay, there's 3 quests in here that I want to do. Okay, there's you. Oh, hey, there's Zito. I'll rebuild the castle brick by brick. Just watch, brother. Wait, no. Oh no, he's gone. I want to ambush him. I'll take your light nut. Thanks, Zito. You're cool. You're probably around somewhere during the daytime, so... Okay, there's this quest. Yeah, a normal boy that does martial arts and likes frogs. That's all there is to me. I'm glad it enticed you to come by. Thank you, thank you. Mug you. Scrutinize you. Oh, there they go again. I swear, those two set my teeth on edge. Neither of them ever backs down once they start a quarrel. They're not children, they need to learn how to act their age. I wish I could talk some sense into them, but they won't listen to a word I say. First, let me steal your nuts. Oh, you have nuts too? Thank you. Nuts for everyone.
What's this?
Oh, they're not around during the... Okay, fine. I was gonna knock them out at night, but I guess I'm just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Actually, first let's scrutinize you.
Well, now.
Raise your weapon.
Hey Ash, welcome to the stream. Nothing can pierce my impenetrable shield. You wanna bet?
On your guard. Prepare yourself. You're in for it now. I've got you. Now it begins.
That's just a single bow attack. Do I have? Oh yeah, I have a multi-hit one.
Allow me. My turn.
Oh, Cat, thank you so much for this leadless redeem.
I fight for my friends. I summon Brand. Who's next? There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my soul.
Okay, one of them down.
You still have much to learn.
Oh, no, I don't want that. Hey Hikari, eat your grapes or plums. Yeah, thank you, Forgotten Dreamers. I really appreciate it. How am I doing? I'm doing okay today. It's been a while since we played Octopath, so it's nice getting back into it. Why can't I challenge you? Oh, it's because I'm trying to challenge the guy that's already dead.
If I must.
Wahaha, my unstoppable spear cannot be stopped. You wanna bet?
On your guard. Now it begins. You're in for it now. You've been exposed. Here I come. How's this? I strike. Now it begins. I'll end this. I summon Brand. Good. I still have much to learn. You still have much to learn.
Phew, finally some peace and quiet. Thanks for putting a stop to their fighting. They've been like this since they were children, you know. Besides, their whole argument is moot to begin with. Neither of them could fight their way out of a potato sack. They're just two wool-headed men who like buying antiques. Well, I sure showed them who's boss. They may argue a lot, but they're actually the fastest of friends. Strange, right? Okay, and then... Okay, so I'm gonna do your quest last. Steal all your stuff. Scrutinize you. Me and my late husband lived here for ages, renting out horses to whoever needed them. But I got a problem. I left them out to graze the other day and they just up and vanished. I searched for ages but couldn't find hide nor hair of any of them. My dearly departed husband loved those beasts like they were his own children. Without him, my business would go bust. I'm in a real pickle, I tell you. And then again, maybe this is a sign for me to hang up my hat and find a new line of work. Yeah, I don't think this was actually the quest I meant to pick up. Oh, we picked it up. I think it's your quest I want to do. After I mug you. Or steal, because mugging's something different, technically.
Well, now.
In this game. Oh, woe is me, I shall live my life in shame for this failure. The 4 treasures of Ku have been stolen. The conflict threw things into chaos, yes, but even so. I've managed to recover 2 of the 4, but the other 2 yet remain lost. If they're taken across the sea, they'll be lost to us forever. We need to find them, and soon. Okay, so... one of them is in Cannelbrain. The other one is in Crackridge Harbor. Might as well just keep stealing from things that I haven't gotten yet.
I'll take that.
Again, I have to say, if you were an NPC in the Octopath world, you'd be miserable. Being stolen from all the time and beaten up. Who have I not stolen from?
I'll take.
Aha! Dragon base.
What's this?
Deals in illegal goods. Okay, then I don't feel bad stealing from you. I'm gonna steal your fan. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna try again.
Well, now.
The owner of an illegal ship. Okay, I don't feel bad stealing from you either. Hey, Lucian! Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good to see you today. Okay, and then while I'm here, let me just double check. Yes, I am sleepless right now. Ooh, a cape.
Ready? Easy. I take what I want.
Nice. You guys all have stuff to take.
I'll take good care.
Looks like I've already stolen from most of these people already.
I'll take good care of this.
Thank you. I am one of the good guys, right? I mean, I guess at night, they're giving me things. I'm not stealing from them. I'm entreating them.
I'll take good care of.
There you are, Bandolem. So remember, this guy was one of Hikari's chapter bosses. And he has this giant shield. Oh great, he has this blade, but I only have 3% chance of stealing it right now. Okay, I could buy it from him using Partitio, but I don't really want to. And I don't really want to. I won't be able to fight him with Oswald because Oswald's very low.
What's this?
Okay, I'm gonna come back for that blade later. Oh, you don't even say anything to me. Okay, fine. Fine, be that way. It's not like we're old buddies. I mean, I guess we're not. Hey, buddy. Incredible, you found both the Dragon Vase and the Phoenix Fan, and at the same time, too. Finally, the Tortoise, Qilin, Dragon, and Phoenix are finally reunited. The 4 treasures restored. Wow, I'm actually really glad I only had to bring back 2 of them and not all 4. We did it! The stain on my honor has been wiped clean. I owe you a great debt. Thanks to you, these priceless artifacts have been saved. More importantly, now I can pretend my embarrassingly abject failure never happened. Here, this is a token of my thanks. Now, let's just keep this whole matter to ourselves, yes? I got a Staff of Carnage. I probably have a bunch of things I can steal from people here, because we finished the game last time, that was the first time we came back to Ku, and I didn't really go around stealing from people. Hey Mevox, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good to see ya. Just pickpocket everyone.
I'll take that.
Oh, today we're just doing side quests. We need to get prepared to take on the true final boss. That means getting all the best items in the game.
I'll take that.
Oh, I already got that chest, okay. I thought maybe they might have replenished it.
I'll take
So many nuts. Oh. Yeah, no, I didn't get a chance to read that. I was clicking too fast. My name is Oboro. I was born in U, a nation bled dry by its interminable war with Ku. Empty stomachs, spreading pestilence, and nights spent curled up against the chill or facts of life. Although the adults around me blamed my birth for my miserable lot, even in my tender years I knew the truth. Ku was to blame, that wretched nation who preyed upon the weak, bringing strife and death in its wake. While the better part of my life was spent in suffering, my sister brought some small measure of joy to my existence. We were not bound by blood. I plucked her from the city streets and raised her as my own family. Now some might think shouldering such a burden is folly, especially when I scarcely knew from where my next meal would come. However, I could tell this child had a fire within her. Yes, when she spied the dagger I held in my hand, her cries ceased and I knew. It was at that very moment when I decided we would both make it through this life together. Oh, how naive I was. After 4 years of relative peace, Ku's forces fell upon the town we called home. If the tyrants were victorious, we would be killed or captured, forced to spend our lives in servitude. I resolved to kill King Jigo of Ku myself, that we might be spared such a fate. After donning the armor of a dead Ku soldier, I asked my sister to slash my body, and make my way to Jigo under the guise of being a wounded ally. While I slipped through Ku's ranks, my attempt at Jigo's life failed and I was captured. As the soldiers pinned me down, my mind grasped for a clever escape. It was then that Jigo asked, "Will you serve Ku by my side?" An unexpected offer to say the least, but one I did not hesitate to take. I turned my back on our home and joined hands with my sworn enemy, all so my sister and I could live. However, we still could not find we found no comfort. Oh man, what's wrong with me today? Still we found no comfort. Ku's bloody conquest poured over one border after another, and the fires of war spread unabated. As the desert was stained a deep crimson, my heart became black as pitch. I recall on one particularly red day noticing a corpse turn towards me, its gaze piercing through lifeless eyes. I tried to look away, only to be met with a field of dead bodies upon the sand, and each one leering at me intently. Perhaps it was merely the work of a troubled imagination, but that is hardly the point. The act of living became something I could not comprehend. We steal only to be stolen from, and then we die. This cycle repeats itself time and time again, until at the end we find... what? I pondered the answer to this question and eventually reached my answer. Life has no meaning, and living is a fool's errand. I was mistaken to look toward the dawn, for tomorrow is but a farce. A world so twisted, ill deserves to see a new day. So, I will ensure it never comes. Such was the... dang, this is a long entry. Such was the thought in the forefront of my mind as I wore the mask of a dutiful subject. Day after day I played my role until a man came to me bearing a grimoire and claiming it was piqued my interest. The text within was said to stir the hearts of all who read it, but I was unmoved as I turned the final page, for I'd come to realize the truths it laid bare on my own. How many years has it been since then? At last my plan is in motion and a great battle looms on the horizon. This world will meet its end, and the light of dawn will be replaced with a choking darkness. For life has no meaning, and tomorrow is but a farce. Wouldn't you agree? No longer will we be forced to kill or be killed. No longer will we be forced to greet a dawn that only brings more suffering. The end is nigh. Oh, there you are during the day. Let me steal your headband.
What's this?
I'm still so disappointed that Zito the Butcher didn't have a boss sprite. And yet there are other dual enemies in other people's stories that got boss sprites. A former gladiator in the Montwise Arena who calls those he would risk his life for his brothers. This unwittingly stems from his inability to protect his true brothers from the ravages of war. He now devotes himself to helping his new brothers in Ku. It is good to fight for a cause, brother. Right you are, brother. Another nut, thank you. Did I rob you? Yes, I did. Oh, hey, Benkei. Oh, 3% on the spear. Okay, I need to get Throny a higher level.
Well now.
Because that spear is really good. Bell of Dawn, whose knell has heralded war throughout Ku for generations, has been sealed away. May we never have need of it again. This is Mika.
What's this?
Remember Ritsu's sister. The younger sister of the late swordsman Ritsu. She carries a deep hatred in her heart for war and is quick to lend a helping hand to the injured, not out of kindness but guilt. Her name means sky in the ancient Ku language and is the only thing her impoverished father was able to give her before his passing.
Excellent work, Lady Mika. You've been a boon to us all.
Oh, this is actually voice acted. They voice acted some of the side quests. That's nice.
Master Benkei.
Even so, we all have our limits. No one here expects service to come at the cost of well-being. Take a break, girl. I can shoulder this burden for a while.
Thank you, but I'm fine.
But...
Really, there's nothing to worry about. Please, let me continue.
Well, well, there you are. As you can see, our nation has come together to rebuild. By the efforts of all, our work is proceeding apace. That being said, I worry about poor Mika. The sand lays thick on her skin, and she scarcely rests. From morning to night, she toils. And the look on her face, it does not tell of a happy heart. It pains me to see it. Although only a small gesture, I would present her with a new kimono to block the sun and sand. However, every weaver in Ku is preoccupied at present. How far must I journey to find one?
It is a bit of a shame that, like, the side quests are not character specific. Like, I'm playing as Hikari, but it didn't have to be Hikari in that cutscene. And it would be interesting to see kind of like what Mika would say to Hikari after everything that happened between him and Ritsu. But because the side quests are unspecific and you could have anyone in your party for them, you don't get that, so that's a little unfortunate. Okay, we're gonna mug everyone on our way out while we're here.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Oh, hey, Temenos. I was about to come over here and start mugging this guy, but it's just Temenos.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Not even children are immune from my mugging. Alright, this is Yomi.
What's this?
Ooh, she has music I can steal.
I'll take that.
I believe Ku can become the nation my sister always believed it would.
I'll take that.
I feel so bad. I'm stealing a stuffed toy from this poor child.
I'll take that.
Thanks for the nut.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Okay, let's go find ourselves a weaver.
Thank you.
Papa, what are you doing? You can't be so sour-faced all the time.
It doesn't matter. My patrons don't come to talk. A tailor sews in silence. Her garments speak for us.
That's a load of crock. Work should be done with a smile. Doesn't matter what it is. Or do you want your customers fleeing in terror? Ah, welcome, welcome.
She just winked at me.
Oh? She works until her clothes are threadbare? All in service to the city? This Mika sounds just like Agni.
I bet this dialogue is slightly different if I'm Agnia in first player.
Oh. Wait here.
I'm helping too, Papa. And we're finished. A new kimono, just for Mika.
How do we get her measurements? Just guessed?
She can bring any garments here and I'll fix them, no matter how frayed. But tell her that our bodies aren't easily fixed. She must take care of herself.
Aw, that's nice, that's sweet.
I'll bring it to her right away. Our work doesn't end until the customer has their product. Besides, it'll give me a chance to meet this Mika. Where can we find her? Mind showing me the way?
I'll show you the way, alright? I'll even use your sister to allure you.
Watch me shine.
You couldn't have found a better helper. Leave everything to me.
Shall we?
Let's take both of Gerd's kids into battle. I want to do everything I can for Ku.
Your delivery is here. Garud garments at your service. Are you Mika?
Huh? Yes, I am.
Your clothes really are being held together by a thread. We made this specially for you. Please wear it in good health.
I can't. Such a lovely kimono.
Oh, look at this. Lady Mika, at least try it on. Surely it was no simple matter to have this sewn.
Yes, go on. There's no need to be shy.
Thank you, everyone.
This is more than I could have imagined. You have my utmost gratitude.
You must be hungry after traveling so far. It's not much of a payment, but I can make rice balls for you.
Rice balls? This is delicious. How have I lived so long without these? I could eat dozens.
Please, have as many as you want.
Your cooking could give even Agnes a run for its money. If I were looking for a wife, I'd want her to be just like you.
Oh my, Paula.
A wife? It's been a long time since I've had such a lively meal. I used to have a brother, but he died in the war.
Hikari just turns away slowly, like, oh, yeah.
I owe everything to him. This house, this comfortable life. He gave so much to me, but I never had a chance to repay him. I thought if I couldn't do that, I'd repay my debt some other way. So I helped rebuild. But it seems all I've done is cause others to worry.
Mika,
I'm sorry. I've kept this bottled up for so long.
you shouldn't keep your troubles to yourself. Others are more than willing to share them.
Share? Do you have troubles too, Paula?
Of course. When my sister left on her journey, it was me who had to do all the cooking. But I only knew how to make one thing. For 3 days and nights, all Papa and I ate was raspberry pie.
Paula, I know you're trying to relate to her and stuff, but and you probably haven't gone through as many troubles to have so you could like relate them in a story, but and I know it's kind of comical, but I don't think your troubles are really comparable.
Those were tough times. Even my dreams were full of raspberries.
That must have been hard for you.
Aw, Mika's got a good heart.
If you need to share your troubles with someone, then I'll gladly listen.
You asked for it. I've got enough stories to fill a book.
They're friends! Oh, the next morning. This is an involved side quest. Hey Kua, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for dropping by.
That's strange. Where are they? You haven't seen my earrings, have you? I woke up and they were gone. Where could they be? I can't find them anywhere. I can't believe this. They were supposed to be for...
I see you, Mr. Bandit. Oh good, I don't have to fight him, I can just take it back. I'm gonna steal from the thief. I was gonna say thief from the thief, but that doesn't make sense. Where could my earrings have gone?
Oh, you found them. Thank you. You must let me do something to thank you. Now, to give this to Paula.
I slept in. I should get back home soon. Papa's probably getting lonely.
Paula, please, take this.
Huh? What is it?
It's a reunion earring. If we both wear one, that means we're certain to meet again. See? I have one too. My brother gave them to me when I was little, and I've always treasured them. He told me to save them for someone special.
Are you sure? You don't want to save them for someone more special?
I'm sure. If I can share my troubles with you, I can share this too. My brother always said, keep your head up. You deserve to watch the heavens. But I didn't even realize that I had been looking down for so long. That I lost sight of the people who were looking after me. It was thanks to you that I remembered to keep my head held high.
Thank you, Mika. Let's both keep our heads up. You're not alone. You should come visit sometime. As my wife, if you like.
Wow, they just really keep writing this stuff in, don't they? They're cute.
Oh, Paula.
But Paula, you don't just say that to someone you met for one day.
Well then, I should be off. Till we meet again, Mika.
Of course. I can't wait.
I got Mika's amulet. Oh, I'm glad Mika got a happy ending. We still have a long road ahead of us until things are back to normal. You stay happy, Mika. You deserve it. Okay, so we're done with all the Hinuma side quests I want to do today. Let's go to Totahaha. We'll start from the Beasting Village. So this is Kohaze. Oh. I'm sorry. Allow me to try again. Oh, she has a battle-tested bow. My Throny needs to level up so she can actually steal these things.
Well, now.
I didn't realize that Kohaze's village was just this side of the Beastling village. I thought it sounded like their village was further east on the island. Because I realized there were like humans on this side of the town and then Beastlings on the other side of the town. But since it was all called Beastling Village on the map, I just assumed Kohaze was from further east. That's why I was always like wondering about the geography, because I was like, where did she come from? Did she come from like the floating amphitheater area? No, she just came from here. Our crops aren't doing too badly, but I wish we have a way to harvest more of them. You don't like Kohaze, so you think I should Oswald mug her? I would if my Oswald was stronger. My Oswald's much lower level than everyone else. Should buy some extra plums while I'm at it. Oh, Oshette the Hunter. Got some more music. I wonder how I can get closer to them. I want to know more about beastlings and be their friend, but how? Oh, so apparently I stole this Amulet of Affection already. This item is stolen from a beastling in the village on the opposite side of the village. So yeah, kid, this is how you become friends with them. I just mugged this off of one of the beastlings. Here you go. What's this, an amulet? It looks pretty old. Wait, I've heard of this. When beastlings want to make friends with someone, they give them an amulet. Alright, I'm gonna go introduce myself. Without telling any grown-ups, obviously. Hey, thanks for the amulet. Oh, thanks for... I gotta stop saying this, but thanks for the nuts. Wouldn't it be awkward if you tried to give that amulet to the person I stole it from? Is this the kid? I play with her every day now. Maybe I'll invite some other friends next time. Made friend. Happy, happy, smiling, jumping. I think that's all I needed in from this village, actually. Next is Tropohapu. That damn sluggard, late again. He's got skill, but skill's worthless if there ain't no fish left to catch. I wish he'd just wake up on time. Maybe he ain't getting enough sleep, but that ain't my problem. I swear I'm not doing it on purpose, I just can't seem to wake up on time. When I think about how early I have to get up, I get so nervous I can't sleep. I can fix that for you.
Raise your weapon.
Please don't hit too hard.
On your guard. Here I come.
Oh darn it, I didn't replenish my SP. Oh well. Oh, did you just make us both confused?
Now it
How dare you.
begins. There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my sword.
I love some of the learned skills that Hikari can learn in this game. Like, some of them are just so humorous. Like, ones that, like, put himself to sleep or make himself confused.
You still have much to learn.
Have a set chance to confuse a single foe and yourself for one turn. You helped him get to sleep, did you? Well, yeah, that's what I did. You have my thanks. I was at the end of my rope trying to figure out what to do. Here's hoping it's enough to get him out of bed on time. Leave the rest to me. I'll make sure he gets home all right. Maybe you should get him to a hospital too while you're at it. Almost time to cast off. Boss! Well, well, look who finally rolled out of bed on time. I got plenty of sleep last night, so I'm ready to go. It seems I need more sleep than the average bear. Which is why I need to get to bed as soon as we return to port from now on. That leaves you with no time for yourself. Nonsense, I love being on the ocean, and I have lots of time to stare out at the waves between hauls. Huh, you're a real man of the sea, aren't you? Well, I'm glad we could figure this out, and it's all thanks to you, Traveler. That guy's a fine fisherman. It's one giant haul after the other with him on board. Work hard, sleep hard, that's my motto. Great news, I've settled on the theme for our next performance. Battle. I'm thinking on-stage conflict, so real and riveting it leaves the audience absolutely speechless. So I need actors who really know how to brawl. None of this polite stage fighting nonsense. But where am I gonna find talent like that? No, I'm supposed to knock you out. Am I supposed to knock you out now?
If I must.
Come on then, awe me.
On your guard. Prepare yourself. You're in for it now. My turn. Now it begins. Here I am. I fight for my friends. I summon Brand.
Get wrecked.
I still have much to learn. You still have much to learn.
Restore the SP of a single ally and raise their physical attack for 3 turns. Oh, you got up really quickly. My word, you wield that sword like a bad review on opening night. You're just the man I'm looking for. Yes, I have my show now. I see it all, from opening curtain to standing ovation. You'll agree to perform in it, won't you? You play a master bodyguard, the ultimate rival blocking the hero on his journey. Wait, so I'm the bad guy? A lone paladin wages a bitter war against a secretive cabal devoted to evil. Suddenly, Hikari the bodyguard steps into his path. Paladin of the Flame, unrivaled master of the secret technique. Wahaha, your tale ends here, Paladin. Say your prayers. More than usual. We have no interest in unnecessary bloodshed. Throw down your weapon. No, I think I'll use it to slice their wicked designs in two instead, with my secret technique. Well, if you insist on fighting... Hey, we're the villains here. You're not supposed to thrash the hero in the climactic battle? Well, then you should have made me the hero. My apologies. It seems my instincts kick in the same way even when facing an imitation sword. Besides, the director clearly said he wanted a real fight on stage. Come on. Woohoo! What stupendous swordplay! That bodyguard is amazing. The hero lost. It's all over. I worked so hard on that script and for nothing. Director, you clearly told me to fight for real. Come on. Nothing, that is, except for thunderous applause from the audience. Hooray! All's well that ends well. Oh, I should write that down. You made this play the freest performance it could have been, and I thank you for it. You're welcome. Also, apparently that quest actually has slightly different dialogue if you do it with Oshette and Duel instead of Hikari. I wish more of the quests did that, like Mika's quest. You know, if you had like Agni or Hikari out, maybe it should have had different dialogue. The possibilities of the stage are limitless, that's why I'm always looking for something new to try. I'm not going to do the other quest in this town, but I might as well pick it up while I'm here. Excuse me, have you seen any pearls around here? See, I had a necklace, but the thread broke and the pearls scattered everywhere. I tried gathering them myself, but I'm a few short. Please, you have to help me. If you see any pearls, bring them to me. Oh, apparently I already have them. Wow, thank you so much. I think we're missing 1 or 2, but that's alright. I'm in your debt, friend. Now I can finally give her this necklace. I've been meaning to propose to my sweetheart, you see, so I worked real hard to buy this for her. Say, why don't you join me? You made this possible after all, so I want you to be there, come what may. Oh, I didn't sign up for this. What did you want to talk to me about? Well, I wanted to give you this necklace, and, I wanted to ask, would you, marry me, please? This necklace looks like it's missing a few pearls. She's not into this at all. It got caught on something and broke, didn't it? Yes, I was in a rush to get it to you, you see. You can be so hasty sometimes. I guess that leaves me no choice but to watch over you. Every day of our lives. Wait, does that mean... Yes, I'd be happy to be your wife. Woohoo! I couldn't have done it without you, friend. I'll never forget this, promise. Oh, all's well that ends well. I got a Cupid's bow. Ah, my wife and I are getting along better than ever. Married life is great. Sometimes it's hard to watch just how reckless my husband can be, but I think that's part of what makes him so wonderful. Aw, that's cute. Here, let me pickpocket you.
I'll take that.
Okay, I think that's all for this town. Now to the Nameless Village. Edatar Jalren Huzur Vipat Jugaji Taga Bergen Mrizi Gifoy Gumf Is Bu Foy Gormf Izufmi. So begins the tale of Gormf.
Well now.
A beastling who knows only the ancient speech. Old beastling, all but forgotten by the youth of today. However, because beastling society is based more on feelings than words, this is not an inconvenience one might expect. Let's find a nice friend for our pal Gormf. Edatar Jalrun Orshurg Fapash Shogaji. E Jalreb is Gifoy Gormf. I have the perfect friend for you.
Come on now.
Alright, Job Gaj Soy. Edatar Jalrun Huzur Fapash Jogaji. Tugge Bergmis is Gifoy Gorf. Is Bu Foy Gorf. Izuvgmis. Edatar Jalrun Huzur Fapash Jogaji. Edatar Jalrun Oshurg Fapash Jogaji. Id Bu Mris his Gifoy Gorf. Gorf F thanks. Gorf F thanks. So ho ho. Jalrav Fizagurum Raz Giboy. Thanks, Dali Zook. You're welcome. Ancient speech very hard, but Jalrur Megef were oho. Jalrur and Hazor Fapachef were soho. You're welcome, friend. Sure, Lutzo. I think this was the guy that guided Temenos to the temple, right?
Well now.
A beastling conducting the trials in this land. He only leaves the village when someone comes to undertake the trial. Though there is no law binding beastlings to the village, he has never left of his own accord out of sheer laziness. Regardless, he harbors a deep interest in the outside world. Oh, darn it, he has the battle-tested axe. Rona, you need to level up so you can steal all these things.
You smart?
Wow, they really voice acted a bunch of these side quests. That's nice. Maybe it's just the side quests that unlock when you finish a character's final chapter.
One arrow right here. Looking, thinking. Humans, beastlings, we're different, we're same. Human feelings, feeling what? Would know, but how? Sounds ringing, humans happy, not hunting, only listening. Traveler's tale, sound tool, making sound. Named lute? Lute ringing, what sound? Hearing happy? Even me?
Oh, apparently I already have this. So, you steal this loot from someone in Sai. And of course, me being a klepto, going around stealing from everyone, I already have it.
Loot. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh, he's so cute.
Beautiful. Like birdsong. Hearing happy. I like. Human feelings. Now understanding a little. Now more learning, understanding humans. Humans carrying bundled paper called books. But me can't read, only pictures, understanding pictures. Paper play. Yes, 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 very good. Paper play would see.
Hey Sai, the questing is going well. Okay, do I have this item already? So this one, you need to steal something from a cleric in Flame Church. I might already have it. Nope, apparently I don't. Is it you? Paper play. Paper play is used by Flame Church's clerics. Oh, I'm gonna steal the plays that Tamanos uses to perform.
I'll take that.
Oh, I should have just gone and stole the other thing I know I'm gonna need. Unless I already have it, which is also very possible.
Paper play. Yes, I see. 8 flames. They won, vanquishing evil. Humans shining, lived cheerfully, brightly. Humans remember, cherish flames, even now. But Why cherishing? Of course, I see. Humans believe. Beliefs protecting, saving humans. More learning, understanding humans. Learning much. How? With books? Reading now. I learned. Not much, but some. More books about humans would read. Understanding humans. Human history. Teach me? Please. Please?
He's so cute. Polite. Okay, so I need to steal from a merchant somewhere in this town. I might as well just steal from everyone I haven't finished stealing from.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Oh, here we go. History book. Oh, come on. It's an 80% chance. Dude. Thank you. I'll also take your nut while we're at it.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Isn't that your prisoner's uniform beneath your coat, Professor? I think it's high time you remove that shabby garment, don't you? I don't. It serves its purpose of covering my body well enough. Hikari, say something. It does not bother me. They do not seem to be constricting its movement. How awfully dull of you both. Don't you care at all about your appearance? Why should I? Is there meaning in dressing up? Well, it feels nice, for one. And it gives you the freedom to change the way others perceive you. A fascinating outlook. But I've never chosen my own garments. I'm not surprised, Your Highness. There are many people who keep their distance at the sight of my royal vestments. Do you think altering my clothing might change this? But of course, it's quite simple to deceive people with your appearance. Choose softer fabrics and lighter colors. It will give you a more approachable image. I shall give it a try. Why not seek her help as well, Oswald? An opinion alone will not hurt. For a man like yourself, I suggest leaving your long hair as is and adding a silk hat on top. A wine-red scarf wrapped neatly around your neck should pull the look together. Oh yes, that would suit him perfectly. Wild, yet refined. Perfect for a city scholar like yourself. A novel approach. But your hypothesis shall go untested all the same. They're all so cute together.
This human history? I studied, practiced, more reading, many words. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a man and a woman who were deeply in love. But they were a prince and princess of enemy kingdoms. And it wasn't long before war broke out because of their love. The two ran away, leaving their homes behind, and fled to a distant land. But the war went on. Even in their absence, their kingdoms continued to fight.
Is he just gonna read an entire, like, novel for me?
Until everyone was dead.
Oh, that's a very grim ending.
I see. Humans. One arrow. I remembered. This arrow, killing weapon. Friend died. My friend. Who shot? Humans. Humans searching, finding here. Not hunting, only killing. Why? Why kill? No eating, no reason. So why? Why killing? Would know, would learn, learning more. Learning answers, more questions, long journey, no end. And yet, today, learning one thing. New feeling, completely new, rising inside. This arrow, which human? Who shot? My feeling would kill a little. Then sadness. Yes. Well, am I more human? Tell me. Thinking. Speaking. Am I?
Wait, no, don't say goodbye. Thanks for the bow, though. I need to come back and rob you. But good on him. Like, I mean, his friend died due to humans, but instead of, like, outwardly harboring a grudge, he wanted to learn more about humans and find out why. Okay, so I think we're done with Todahaha. Okay, there's a couple things I want to get in the ocean, so we'll do that first. Hey Relix, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for dropping by today. Good to see ya. I do like how they actually rendered like a world map for this ocean area. It's kind of nice.
I shall be your opponent.
What to do?
Did they let me run? Yes. Right, my battle speed's still set at 2 times. I'm gonna change that. I want this. Sublime Ornamental Armor. It's pretty good armor. How's Octopath 2? Good! We're revisiting it after a few months to do all the post-game optional stuff, so it's nice. Okay, there should also be a chest down here. Aha! Okay, that's not what I wanted. Wait, no. The other item I want is in the southwest. Have I been here before? Where's this? Oh, it's still question mark, question mark. Okay. I'll come back later. I think I know where this is, but we're gonna check back later. Today's just side questing. Optional dungeons will be another stream.
Time to clean up the filth.
It's my turn now.
We got this chest already. There must be another one over here. Aha! Double tomahawk! Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, let's do the harbor lands. This makes no sense. I've been waiting all day. I know this is the right place, but I'm getting tired of waiting here.
Well, now.
Let's find whoever he's looking for. Waiting for. My big brother's a sailor. Oh no, that's Senna. Oh no, maybe he's inside. No. I know who I'm looking for too. Oh, you're Sesk, I forgot. It's not you, is it? Wait, no, maybe I have to change it to nighttime. Ah, yes, yes, yes. So do I guide you to the other dude, or do I guide the other dude to you? I guess it doesn't matter, right?
Come on now.
Come with me! Yeah, Octopath Traveler 2 is really pretty. I really like it. I wonder where he is. I've been waiting all night. I know this is the right place. What if something happened to him? United at last! Where in the world have you been, little brother? I could ask you the same question, big brother. I thought something terrible had been happening to you. You think I didn't worry too? I stayed here all day in case you turned up. Well, I stayed here waiting all night. Wait a second, you mean we were waiting at different times of day and kept missing each other? This quest is a very clever use of the day-night feature. If you hadn't noticed, we might never have found each other. Thank you, friend. Thank you for your magic nut. It's gone. Where in the world did I drop it? The last time I remember seeing it was in town in the Brightlands. After that, I boarded a ship heading this way via Todohaha. But now I don't have it anymore. Oh, how could I be so careless? Do I have the item already? No, I don't. Let me steal this bottle of white powder.
I'll take that.
Yes, this is it. This is the bottle I dropped. It contains the ashes of a dear friend. We met on the road and found each other oddly pleasant company. After that, we stuck together on our travels. He told me he left home because there was nothing left but desert. He wanted more and hoped to find it on his travels. But then he fell ill and, well... all I want now is to go back home. Pour my ashes into that desert so I can sleep in the sand. That was his dying wish. I can't thank you enough for finding this. Sorry, old friend. I won't lose you again. Aw, that's sad. Thank you for your critical nut. I've never visited Hinoma before, you know. I'm not worried about getting lost, though. After all, I'll be traveling with a friend who knows the area. Oh, that's so sad! Thanks for dropping by, Kua. Hope you have good luck with your raid. Yeah, I appreciate you dropping by. Have a good night, and hope your raid goes very smoothly. I can't believe it. The lighthouse's reflector is broken. Who could have seen this coming? Without a reflector, the light won't be visible until ships are practically on the rocks. It's a recipe for disaster. Problem is, the reflector is made of a special alloy called Elmerite, and it's not easy to come by. I suppose another lighthouse might have a spare reflector they'd be willing to part with.
What's this?
Back to the ship. I mean, I guess I could have gotten on the ship in Canalbreen, huh? I don't really know where I'm going. Aha! I think this is where I'm going.
Cleaning time.
Oh, an octopuff pot. Nice. Hello, person out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm just here to steal from you.
I'll take that.
I picked up a bottle on the shore the other day and found a letter inside. It said, "For Ruby" in Timberane on the outside of the bottle. Unfortunately though, my husband and I can't leave the island to deliver it. If it's not too much trouble, could you see that it gets to Ruby? Sure. Oh, thank you. I'll leave this in your hands. Safe travels to Timberane. Actually, I'll scrutinize you while I'm here.
What's this?
Hey, Scourge the Cat! Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for following me. Good to see you today. Is there anything else on this island? Nope. Can't steal the Ilmarite reflector, eh?
Well, now.
What do you think of the lighthouse? Pretty bright, yeah? It's the new reflector I just installed. Genuine Ilmarite, that is. You bet I laid in a spare too. Never know when those things might break. Can I ask you to give it to me? You've won me over. Take it with my blessing.
I'll take good care of this.
Thank you. Okay, I guess there's nothing else to be had here. Oh, so that's what the other dock was. That's Frigid Isle. I could just sail over there if I wanted to. Okay. I haven't been to this island yet, actually. While we're here, we might as well. Gold nugget. Thank you. Oh, there's like no docks on this island. Okay, fine. I hope I remember to bring that letter to that Ruby girl in Timberane, because that was not one of the side quests I originally planned to pick up today. Or tomorrow, even. I can't believe it. The light. Oh, you already said this part. A new reflector? Where'd you get it? No, that can wait. We have to replace the broken reflector first. There, good as new. This light is a lifeline for sailors and fisher folk. Now that it's fixed, everyone can put to sea with confidence once more. Allow me to express my gratitude on their behalf. Thank you. Thank you for your tough nut. The light's still bright as ever. No shipwrecks reported up or down the coast. Okay, so there's quest there. So there's a couple in Conning Creek, and there's also one just outside town. I'll do the one outside town, because I'm going to forget otherwise. Hey, Noodles and Heresies! Thank you so much for following me. Thank you so much for coming by the stream. I really appreciate it.
I'll take that.
Aw, not again. What am I doing wrong? I've given these vines plenty of water and fertilizer, but haven't gotten a single grape in return. I used up everything I had to buy this field and start my own vineyard, but at this rate, How in the world do I make these grapes grow? Someone please tell me. There's a chest down there I didn't get. Probably not useful, but... There's nothing I love more than growing grapes. Why, it's already been 50 years since I began. Did you know there's a trick to making grapes extra sweet and juicy?
Well, now.
I got tricks to growing grapes. You got these notes straight from an expert, you say? Give your plants water, fertilizer, and sunlight. Well, even I know that. But what I didn't know is that you've got to adjust the amounts. I've just been giving my plants water and fertilizer without seeing how they were reacting to it. Ah, you're not a very good grape farmer. Growing grapes is a lot harder than it looks. But that won't stop me. I'm going to start over fresh and do it right this time. Good on you. You got moxie, man. Thank you for your nut. Getting all these nuts from everyone. It's great. I'll need these nuts later. I can't believe all my best fish have been stolen again. That damn thief, they just take and take when I'm not looking. But it's strange, I keep watch till the middle of the night but I still don't see a thing. I just don't know when that sneaky thief has the time to take my fish. So for this one I have to change it to nighttime. But you have to wait a few seconds before the fish thief comes. I'm assuming it's these fish, right? You're gonna come out, Mr. Fish Thief? I'm assuming those are the fish, right? Unless he's stealing from over here. There's no one around. Have to move out of frame or something? I don't want to miss him. Maybe he only comes at like a specific time. I mean, I don't suppose it actually matters where I stand. Oh, fish thief. I have some great fish here. Where is he? Does he actually walk in? Or Or does he just kind of spawn? Oh, there he is! Get him! The best thieving is done at dawn. The fisherman here drinks every night, so he's fast asleep when the sun's rising. Oh no, you don't.
Fool.
It's a good thing I had thrown it with me. I totally forgot that Hikari can't challenge people at night. So this is the thief, huh? Tell me something, why are you stealing my fish? I'm sure there's lots of other things that'll fetch a pretty price out there. Huh. All I know is fish, and that's why. Well, you've got a good eye for them, that's for sure. You only stole my finest. Maybe you also shouldn't just leave your fish out here, you know, on the shore. What, are you praising a thief, old man? I'll say what I want. Now tell me, ever think of becoming a fisherman instead? Wait, does that mean you won't turn me over to the guards? You've got the makings of a great fisherman in you. It'd be a waste to hand you in. That might be the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I'm really sorry I stole from you. I can't thank you enough, traveler. You found me a fine apprentice. And you found me a great fortifying nut. A new apprentice is working hard. He's been a great help. You win. The boss and I have been discussing ways we could do things better, like fishing and shipping. I couldn't ask for a better job. All's well that ends well. I was kind of hoping for more banter. Actually, maybe we'll swap some characters and see. Oh, it's not yet. Because in the last game, to get the banter, you just had to move like a certain number of screens and then come back to the tavern. It didn't even matter which tavern it was, so... It also depended on who's in your party. Can't do anything in Oswald's house, apparently. Or Clarissa's house, I guess. Hey, Ossolinas! Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. Okay, there's 2 quests here to be done. I'll do the girl first, and then we'll do Clarissa. Do you need something? Well, you'd better ask someone else. The apothecary said I'm very sick, you see. Pretty soon He told me I need to be strong if I want to get better, but I can't stand that awful medicine, and everything hurts so much. My parents said there are things worth living for, but they aren't fooling me. Oh, that's so sad. And she's just standing in front of the gravestones waiting for her own death or something. How's the game? It's going well. We're revisiting it after a few months to do the post-game stuff. Okay, so to do this quest, we need to go get a bunch of items. So first we need to go to Board or... Wait. Where am I going? Boulder Fall? Boulder Fall's from the last game. Did I write down the wrong place? Yeah, it's been like 2 months. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I wrote down the wrong... Either I wrote down the wrong city or this guide, the person wrote down the wrong place. Oh no, Border Fall. Wait, no. Oh wait, no, the Cleric Guild. That was like over here, wasn't it? You know it's not. Here? Oh, here, Borderfall. Oh, it was the right place. Okay. Where's the closest place to walk from there? Here? I'm playing this game on the Switch, actually, so this is not the PC version. No, I don't want to go to Mary Hills. This is the wrong way. No, but this is the only way to go from here.
Out of my way.
Ready?
Okay, this way. So it's up here, if I remember correctly.
Out of my way. I need a plan. Well now. What's this?
Nope, not you either.
Well now.
Oh, here we go. A cleric tasked with managing the church's image amongst the broader public. She's also the author of the famous children's book, Adventures of an Apprentice Cleric. Her perfectionism is all that stands between her and the completion of the much-awaited sequel, which she hopes to release in the near future. Information: Adventures of an Apprentice Cleric's sequel. Okay, now we need to go to New Delta. Deluxe crepe.
What's this?
New Delta's leading crepetissier. I mean, I figured there's awards specifically for people to make crepes or crepes, depending on if you say it French or English. Crepetissier. Wait, no. I need one more thing before I go back to the girl. Go to Timberane. I guess while we're here, maybe we'll find that Ruby person. What did you say? I suggest you refrain from speaking to the royal family. You never know who might be listening. You know, even though Timberane seems to have like a courthouse and a castle, none of the main story really talked about any of that stuff.
I'll take that.
I'm looking for someone. Maybe they're in the second part of town. Greetings, I'm Roland, the floral designer. I beautify homes with flowers and ornamental plants. Well?
Well now.
You're coming with me. 40% chance, oh. Darn it. Maybe I should bring Temenos. It's easy to forget that a lure is like a rogue action because it's Agnia and she's like such a sweetheart. Come with me!
Right this way.
I understand, lead the way. While we're here, let's see if we can find this Ruby person. I don't want to talk to the people with the quest just yet. Because we're going to come back for them later. I won't be fooled again, you need permission to enter. Oh.
What's this?
I mean, obviously you didn't do a very good job the first time around because you let a terrorist into your castle. Just saying. I think I already got the bow from this guy, right? Yeah, I did. Oh, you're the freaking princess. Just standing here in front of your castle. Like a normal, regular, normie NPC. Who's Ruby? Oh, here. My son is a prisoner on Frigid Isle because of his involvement in a major crime, and his innocent wife and daughter paid for his mistake with their lives. That boy is such a damn fool. I can't even begin to imagine what he's thinking now after losing everything. Wait, is her son the guy that was with Oswald at the very beginning of the game? The one that died? This is my son's handwriting. Ma, I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused. Trust me, I know I'm a fool. I got my family killed. I didn't expect you to forgive me. But I want you to know that I regret leaving you all alone. So I'm going to go see you. Oh, that's so sad. I thought escaping this hellhole was impossible, but I found myself an incredible confidant. Oh no! If I stick with him, I think we just might make it. No! I didn't expect to get closure on this plot point. Honestly, I don't know if this letter will ever make it to you, but I want to believe in miracles, knowing that you're waiting for me. Gives me the courage to break out of here. Love, your foolish son. You didn't even sign your name! Wait, there's a postscript at the bottom. Sorry, Ma. It looks like I won't be able to see you after all. That confidant I told you about. I want him to live. Oh no, he's like me but different. And I feel like those two will forgive me if I help him get out of here. Sorry for being a fool to the very end. Aww. Darn it, I can't remember his name now, but I really liked him at the time. Back when we did chapter 1, that was like so long ago. Thank you for giving me life. At least sign your name, then it increases the chances of the bottle making it to the right person. My son was a clever man and a skilled manipulator. But then he tried to take advantage of the wrong people and lost everything in the process. I can't believe that boy gave his life to protect someone in the end. Thank you for delivering this letter. Knowing how he felt puts my mind at ease. I never thought I would forgive that boy for what he'd done, but it seems miracles do happen. Aww. I wasn't expecting to get... Jade! Yeah. Oh, I wasn't expecting to get closure on that.
What's this?
An elderly woman who lives in Timberain. She used to live with her son, his wife, and her grandchild, but is now all alone. Her son, who is named after a gem just like her, committed a crime and was shipped off to Prison Island. I wasn't expecting to get closure on this. Oh right, because her name's Ruby. I wonder what happened to the man my son tried to save. He's right here! He's literally standing right here! I hope he's alive and well. Aww! So sad. Do you need something? Well, you'd better ask someone else. Oh, she already said this part too, okay. What do you want to do? Introduce her to Roland, tell her about the sequel to The Adventures of Apprentice Cleric, give her a deluxe crab. I mean, I should give her the food first, it's gonna go bad, right? I like how this quest didn't really give you much direction on what to do. It's just like, show this girl there's things worth living for. Oh my goodness, that was so delicious. It's full of sweet cream and fruits. I could eat 1,000,000 of them. No wonder New Delta crepes are so famous. If I could go to the city, I could eat tasty treats like that all the time. But that will never happen. I don't think my other wishes will come true either. Well, you're in luck. No way, the sequel to Adventures of an Apprentice Cleric is coming out soon? I can't believe the author told you that. Well, I kind of scrutinized her for it. I'm sure she's trying her best to write the next part. I bet it's gonna be so good. I'm not looking forward to it. Besides, it's not like my last wish will come true. Are you Roland, the floral designer? Greetings, little one. I heard that you're a fan of mine. How did I find that out? I don't know. Well, maybe I should have scrutinized her. Actually, I thought it was grayed out. Maybe I couldn't. I am. I saw what you did with the garden that one time. There were so many flowers, it was like a dream. I'm honored, truly. And I promise to continue making beautiful things that bring you joy, little one. Yay, I know you can do it, Roland. can't believe it. All my wishes came true. No, you granted them. My parents were right. There are things worth living for after all. So I won't give up. I'm going to keep fighting and get all better. There are still a lot of things I want to do. But I can do them all myself once I'm better. Thank you for granting all my wishes. Yay, the Vest of Joy is like one of the best armors in the game. Oh, I did scrutinize her. She has so many dreams, she could never give up on the future. Oh, because she's Hopeful Girl now. Okay. Yeah, I bet if I scrutinized her before, it would tell me what she wanted. The treatment is painful, but I won't give up. There's so many things I want to do.
This is where Ethan, my husband, was laid to rest. Oh, Ethan. I'm living life for me, just as I promised you. My own research continues in fits and starts while I look after Elena. I've come across a rather curious set of ruins in my reading, you know. These ruins, they're way out on an island at the edge of the world, where the beastlings roam. I should like to see them for myself someday.
I've brought some flowers, Lady Clarissa.
Oh, thank you, dear. Ethan will be pleased to have them.
I know what you really want. You want to go anywhere and everywhere, researching all kinds of things. But you can't, because of me, right?
Now why would you say such a thing? That's not true at all.
I know you try really hard to make me feel better. It's really nice of you. But I want you to go. Don't worry about me, please. The housekeeper and I can look after everything while you're gone.
Elena, dear, thank you. I think I might just accept such a lovely offer. Though I should very much like to have a guide.
A guide, you say? Hey Hakaze, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Before I guide you, though, allow me to pickpocket you.
Well now.
Oswald's former assistant. Despite her ladylike demeanor, she is not afraid to say what needs to be said, and has brought many a scholar to tears during discussions. The only person who could win an argument against her was her late husband, a feat which will likely never be accomplished ever again.
Come, my wayward lamb.
I look forward to what we'll discover along the way.
Bringing food. Giving half. Giving half.
Now wait a minute. This seems awfully little. You sure you counted correctly?
Oh, you greedy humans.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, half, exactly.
Sorry about that. Our mistake.
Here, take more. You lot can really eat, can't you?
Aw, they're being nice. I thought they were just gonna be really rude, and then Clarissa would have to come and teach him a lesson or something.
Us taking? Taking more? Thanking. Very nice. Very kind.
beastlings, and so many. Clearly that tome was no idle fairy tale.
Well now, we have a most unusual visitor.
Oh, you're gonna become friends with Gohaze? Really?
My, might that be Gohaze?
Oh, you already know each other.
It's been eons, Clarissa. When did we last see one another? At the survey of the pit?
Goodness, how that takes me back. We were just students back then. And it was your knowledge of economics that kept the research going, if I recall. What have you been doing all this time?
I always meant to use my education to earn myself a lordship, you see. So I came to this island, settled it, and built myself a village.
My word. Age did not dull your ambition, I see. But something must have happened. You've made nice with your neighbors. The Gohaze I remember would have made their elimination her first order of business.
The passage of time can change most anything, yes. How have you been?
My research into the seventh source continues apace. Lately, however, I've taken an interest in the beastlings. As such, I've come to study the nearby ruins.
Is that so? Fascinating.
What do you say? Join me for old time's sake? I believe I could learn a lot from your approach.
I suppose it couldn't hurt to revisit the past. These are the ruins you seek.
Oh, I thought it was just gonna fade out and be like, okay, and off they went exploring. Happy end.
Oh, nothing like a set of ruins to get a scholar's blood flowing.
By the by, what connection do you believe the beastlings have to the seventh source?
Well, you see, a mage in search of the seventh source once performed a rite. And according to the account I've found, that rite resulted in humans being transformed into beastlings.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh. And what exactly did this mage do to these people?
That, my friend, is what I've come here to find out. The records also indicate a point at which all conflict on the island ceased. And I believe that moment is when the rite took place. What would you suspect was the cause of the initial conflict?
Someone coveting the belongings of another.
Gohaze, are you speaking from experience? You seem to know a lot about greed, huh?
Let's suppose you're right. Then an end to conflict would suggest nothing less than the disappearance of greed from human nature. Put another way, suppose this mage gathered all that avarice, thus forming the seventh source.
Greed is quite a powerful force. It could work. But could you not approach it from the other side? Might the mage not have removed all greed in the hopes of drawing out a heretofore hidden power?
How do you mean?
When we first arrived here, the beastlings shared their land with us. My covetous nature led me to try and drive them from it altogether. When I think back on my conduct, I see now that something dark had wormed its way into my heart. Yet, the beastlings never took up arms against us. Rather, they tried to protect us, if you can believe it. And so I confronted the error of my ways, and pledged to live in harmony with them.
Oh, so you really did turn over a new leaf. I mean, we kind of saw that at the end of Oshet's story, but I thought it was a little bit more like like she resigned herself to having to do this, and not like she actually wanted to.
It was at that moment that I felt a warm power well up from within me. A power I've always supposed was the seventh source.
I just knew I'd find your take on the matter fascinating. Thank you for showing me the way. This has been a most fruitful investigation. Say, do you recall the only quarrel we've ever had? I was solving a puzzle, the answer to which was worth a decent sum of money in a competition. And you spilled your tea upon every last page of my work.
Ah, yes, I remember it well.
After I had words with you, I realized something. I didn't care a whit about the money. I simply enjoyed doing the work. That realization freed my mind, and the answer to the puzzle became...
Oh, sorry, I cut you off there.
What I mean to say is, we've been taking on far too much. And that may well be limiting how much we can accomplish.
You might be right about that. So, would it be greedy of me to want to celebrate our reunion with some tea? Oh, Kohaze.
No, of course it's not greedy. It's simply good manners.
I thought you'd say as much. Then, let us table our discussion for the time being.
I got a well-worn pole. I need to switch out Temenos. Oh, did Clarissa go back already? Oh, she must have. I was gonna check because I'm curious. And then one more quest, and then we're done with the Harbor Lands. Oh, she's not here anymore. She back in the house? Also, whatever happened to that guard captain from this place that Oswald beat up and didn't kill? I mean, I don't want to go back through the dungeon just to find out. Again, I was hoping that by now the Octopath wiki page would have, like, updated fully, like, what happens to each NPC and everything. But they didn't do that yet. For Octopath 1, it's like very thorough. I thought by now people would have updated it, but maybe they just didn't feel like it.
Well, now.
Oswald's daughter. Since regaining most of her memories, she has been living a peaceful life with Lady Clarissa. She studies hard to become a magic scholar like her father. I must study hard and be better about helping around the house. So many things to look into and never enough time. So I still didn't figure out how to get to this chest over here. I see it. I mean, it probably doesn't have anything important, but I can see it. Oh well. Or maybe I have to beat up this guy so I can walk around this house. Actually, I'm gonna try it. Actually, wait. Let's just knock him out at night.
Good night.
I didn't even notice there was a path here. Ah, yes. Oh, okay. That was a lot easier than I thought. Sorry, man. Oh, hey, Thurston.
What's this?
I still can't get over how silly Thurston looked in his boss sprite. I'll just steal your golden pocket watch, thank you.
Things are going poorly. At this rate, I won't be able to show my face in front of Rock again. Since I've been put in charge here, I've been struggling with one significant problem. A troublesome employee who never listens to a single word I say.
Floyd, I thought you were in the nap room.
Alright, Floyd.
Oh yes, but thinking about how to optimize the efficiency of mass production lines got me so excited I couldn't sleep.
He was from Berticio's Chapter 2.
I have so many ideas I want to try out. I need to get everyone together for a brainstorming session at once.
That's great, Floyd. Really, it is. Please, go and get some sleep already.
I couldn't. I still have so much productivity left in me. I'd rather spend my time working than sleeping. Just like that, Floyd has worked for days on end without catching even a wink of sleep. No matter how much we try to get him to take a nap, he simply refuses to lie down.
Oh, I feel like this is probably the same solution as we did with the fisherman, huh?
If only there were a way to get him to rest, even if it required more drastic measures.
Drastic measures, you say?
Well, now.
First, let me pickpocket him.
I'll take that.
I'd rather spend my time working than sleeping. Actually, wait, I could just knock him out at night. I don't even have to duel him.
Fool.
It's so convenient being able to knock people out without needing to consume any items or actually fight them.
Of course. What a simple solution.
What a simple solution. We knock him out.
Now, to carry Floyd to the nearest bunk.
Certainly this won't be bad for his head or his brain or anything. It's like turning off your computer by holding the power button. It's, you know, no big deal. Very safe, very good for progress.
If I adjust it just so. Recalibrate the... Astonishing. He's even managed to find a way to work while asleep. Still, we owe him a great debt. Particio and Rock is making great advances at the speed of steam. Our eyes are on a new, better future. My mission is to manage and understand the workers that make that happen. I will do everything it takes to help them focus and reach their full potential. That is why I have investigated each and every one of my charges with great thoroughness. Not just their skills and talents, no, but their backgrounds too. Homeland, interests, even how many times they failed in love.
Okay, Thurston, now I think you're going a little too far.
But despite all of my data, it seems my follow-through leaves something to be desired.
Yes, if only I should resort to violence like you did there, Hikari. Thank you.
I will need to review all of my data to prevent this problem from rearing its ugly head again.
The next day.
It's time to wake up, Lloyd. Mr. Thurston. Good morning. Apologies, but we took rather rough measures to ensure you got your beauty sleep. Oh, I'm sorry. I think. I was just so excited about finally seeing my master's dream become reality. I couldn't sit still. That passion of yours is a wonderful thing, Floyd. But do you remember what our good President Particio said to all of us? There is something more precious than money, Floyd. People's happiness.
Again, would this change if I was Particio here? Probably not.
You are a person too, Floyd, if I'm not mistaken. If you work yourself into exhaustion in a sickbed, I'm sure it would devastate Particio.
It really is a shame that my character doesn't have any dialogue during any of these side quests. Even if it was just generic dialogue, but each character had like their own spin on it, it would make it feel more like we were involved.
I'll get straight to the point. Will you please maintain a healthy work and life balance for your own happiness and ours?
Mr. Thurston. You've changed, haven't you?
Excuse me?
No, never mind. Thank you. You've opened my eyes.
Good. As long as we're clear. Take today off. Rest is an important part of your duties, too.
Got it. I'll work as hard as I can to take a break.
Aw, Floyd's such a good boy.
That seems contradictory. I'm less reassured now than I was a minute ago, but I'll pray that my message got through to him. Thank you for your hard work and cooperation. Still, it was very unlikely to wax poetic about people's happiness and so on. I suppose a certain someone has had an undue influence on me of late. Now, back to work I go. Take good care on your travels.
Hey Aru! Thank you so much for calling Kirby and Kirby Lip Sync. Ooh, I got Floyd's Neo Bow. Wait, so where's Thurston now? Oh, well, he's not here. Oh. Aha! If I apply this new technique to... No, wait. Then I have to swap that gasket and... Oh, Floyd, you workaholic. Oh, there you are, Thurston. Today's tasks are employee interviews and acquiring new customers. Okay, now we're done with the Bright Lands. Or no, sorry, we're done with the Harbor Lands. Now we're going to move on to the Bright Lands. Oh, there's a bunch of side quests here. But I'm not interested in doing all of them. Okay, this is Veronica. I'm going to do hers for sure. My throat is a bit parched, but I'm not quite in the mood for wine at the moment. Bring me fruit. I think some ripe grapes will suffice. Goodness gracious, my throat is drier than the desert sands. I'll pay you the leave, so don't waste another second. No, Cannelbrine. No, we're not doing many battles today. There's a couple dungeons we'll get through that are linked to side quests, but for the most part, it's just side questing today. Okay. Just help that guy. Oh, that young fellow was 2 young fellows? I had no idea. Where's the guy I'm looking for? One of these guys? Here. Good stranger, pray lend me your ear. It's about my son, you see. He grew up wanting for nothing, and now I fear he's unable or even unwilling to provide for himself. He moved to New Delsa, where I cannot help but imagine he's become a burden on society. I like how, like, the guy asks you to get some wine for him. So if you're just trying to solve the quest, you might think that you have to, like, bring him some wine, but it's actually this. But darn, a 64% chance. I might have to bring Temenos.
Watch me shine.
Oh, it worked. Sweet. I also like how that guy's like, oh, I worry about my son. I think he's a burden on society. I'm just gonna hang out here on the other side of the sea and not even go to see him and check up on him. What perfect timing. I've got a bit of an itch on my back. If you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. With leaves. Cannot believe my ears. Father, what are you doing here? I came to see how my son is doing, and I must say I'm very disappointed. If you want something, you'd best learn to get it yourself. How dare you treat others like your servants? I'm sorry, I thought giving people money would make them happy. Not with that ungrateful attitude, you fool. This is all my fault, and I shall atone by making sure you get a thorough education on how to treat others. Eeh. I'm sorry you had to see that. But thanks to you, I was able to teach him a long overdue lesson. Thank you. Wait, where'd the father go? He disappeared. I've apologized to everyone I used. I won't do it again, truly. Today's sales were mediocre at best. There's no way I can tell the owner about this. He had faith in me. He even promoted me to Master Chef. Maybe I just need to create the right menu. You know, something sensational. Alright, first things first, I've gotta find me the tastiest ingredients around. Maybe a douse the devil from the cave out east would do the trick. I heard they're pretty slippery, but mighty delicious. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this quest, but I just wanted to get it
I'll take
accepted. I don't know why, but lately I feel tired all the time. I even went to see an apothecary, but he said there was nothing physically wrong with my body. I constantly feel like I'm being watched, so it's impossible to relax. Do you think there could be some kind of bad spirit following me around? Maybe I should get myself one of those special invigorating stones on the western continent. But I just don't have the energy to make the journey. Oh, I'm so exhausted, what should I do? Are you sure maybe it was one of these people aren't just like creeping on you? What do you want? I'm not doing anything bad. I just like spending every waking hour watching the man in my dreams go about his day. Is that a crime? Yep, it's definitely you. Am I supposed to just knock her out, or am I actually supposed to go get this guy's stone? That's a rhetorical question, by the way, because I don't plan on doing that quest. I've looked through all the quests and I picked out only the ones that give me nuts or good equipment. Might as well knock out some of these people that I haven't knocked out before.
Fool.
Oh, I've already come in here apparently. Give me your items.
I'll take good care. I'll take good care of.
I'm begging you, please don't go back in there. Don't try and stop me. I'm gonna get that game parlor whether you like it or not. I'm gonna win for sure this time, so don't ruin this for me. Why don't you listen to me? Someone please stop him. Oh. Well, I guess since I'm here, I might as well do this quest, I guess.
Well now. Well now.
Can I knock him out at night? No, I actually have to knock him out during the day. Fine.
Raise your weapon.
You wanna fight? Yes, I do.
On your guard. Now it begins.
It's only like 1-star difficulty.
You're in for it now.
I didn't even need to hit him with a weakness.
I still have much to learn.
See, Octopath teaches us those important life lessons, like how violence is the answer.
You still have much to learn.
Thank you for stopping my husband. Thank you for beating the crap out of my husband. Hopefully he'll return to normal after this. I'm not so sure, but you're welcome. Wait, oh, the quest isn't over yet. Thank you for stopping my husband. Hopefully he'll return to normal. What if I knock her out? What if I knock her out afterwards? Oh. Don't try and stop me. I'm going to that game parlor whether you like it or not. Wait, he's saying the same thing. I'm begging you, don't go back in there. Why don't you listen to me? Someone please stop him. I already did. Well, clearly he's a lost cause, ma'am. Okay, let's go help Veronica. Actually, also let's save. I like Veronica, actually. She was pretty cool.
What's this?
Dulcinea's bodyguard. She was once a guard for someone else of import, but was eventually dismissed in favor of a man. She then decided to give it all that she has to Dulcinea, who understood her frustrations and encouraged her to beat herself. Well, she just carries around 2 dumbbells with her? Oh, she also has the battle-tested shield.
I'll take that.
She's just weightlifting here in the middle of the street. But Veronica, I just stole your dumbbells. You can't do that.
What are you looking at? This is a dumbbell for training. It's a daily regimen for bodyguards like myself.
I like how she's like, what are you looking at? And then I just kind of point at her.
I must grow stronger if I am to protect Madame Dulcinea.
Veronica, I don't think Dulcinea needs protecting. She is freaking powerful.
Speaking of which, we'll soon have cause to celebrate. I should like to give her something to convey my gratitude. But what would make my lady happiest? Resplendent clothing, precious gems. The question weighs upon me more heavily than any armor. Perhaps someone close to her heart would know what best to give.
Okay, so for this one, we need to go back to Sai. Actually, I might have already gotten this information unknowingly. Let's go check anyways. Alright, we have to get information from Platt's wife. I totally forgot that she doesn't have a name. She's just called Platt's wife.
Well now.
They could have at least given her a name. Platt's wife. She is overjoyed when she sees grown children leave the orphanage and become full-fledged adults. She and her husband were never able to have children of her own, but she has lived a life without regret thanks to the little ones at the orphanage. Information gleaned, Dulcinea and gifts.
Dulcinea visited recently and sang for the children.
Wow, she actually turned over a new leaf too. Well, thanks for the sleeveless, Aru.
She also helped us rebuild the town.
Oh, and thank you for the stretch too. That's a very good call. Make sure you at home you also take the time to stretch. Thank you, thank you.
So much has happened, but we are grateful to that girl.
I'm sure she put a lot of thought into what she should do. That heartfelt consideration is the greatest gift of all.
We give each other gifts for our anniversary.
They're nothing extravagant, of course.
But whenever the day draws near, I can see him holding his head and muttering to himself. Knowing that he's putting so much thought into it brings me the most joy. Gifts come from the heart.
Oh, my dear.
I'm sure Veronica is thinking very hard about her gift. I know she'll find something wonderful to give Dulcinea.
It's a thought that counts when it comes to giving gifts. I hope Veronica can convey her feelings to Dulcinea. I mean, that is good advice, but also I just got a whole load of nothing to give back to Veronica. What would make my lady happiest? Resplendent clothing? Precious gems? The question weighs upon me more heavily than any armor. Perhaps someone close to her heart would know what best to give.
What? You asked others about what I should get Madame Dulcinea? I see. Gifts come from the heart. Thank you. I've made up my mind. The gratitude I feel for my liege is deeper than I can express. I laid awake thinking about it all night, but nothing else came to mind. I will give her a dumbbell.
I was just about to joke and say, oh, she should just give her a dumbbell. I didn't think that's actually what she would do.
The secret to my lady's beauty lies in the strength of her heart and body. With training, that beauty can last forevermore.
I will give her the gift of exercise and force her to lift weights.
You seem underwhelmed. No, madam. I must deliver my gift to Madame Dulcinea at once.
Do I get to see the reaction? Oh sweet, I probably do.
Veronica, I hadn't hired your services for the day.
I know, my lady. I came to bring you a gift to show my gratitude.
Oh, is that so?
Here.
Oh.
Can Dulcinea even lift that thing?
This is...
Oh, she can.
wonderful!
That is not how I expected her to react, but good on them.
Thank you, Veronica. I absolutely love it.
I thought Veronica would have to explain why she was giving her a dumbbell before she was happy, but she just immediately liked it.
Do you, my lady?
Yes, truly. This is a fantastic gift. This profound weight, the stunning sparkle of steel. It's absolutely perfect for a star like me. You never disappoint, Veronica.
I don't get what's going on in this lady's head, but I'm happy for them.
I'm delighted you think so, my lady.
By the by, Veronica. We met on this very day long ago, did we not?
I was blessed with physical prowess. So much so that I could best those with years more experience than I. I thought only of my training and poured my blood, sweat, and tears into growing stronger. At times, I was forced to act more ladylike. Moments like those caused me to lose my way. But then, you spoke to me after I stumbled upon one of your shows. To each her own shine, you said. Never lose sight of who you truly are. You have no idea how those words saved me. Madame Dulcinea, I would protect you for my whole life, should you ask.
You have saved me as well, Veronica. And I cannot imagine another by my side. I'll make good use of your generous gift. I can only imagine what sort of sound this will make.
What do you think that dumbbell is, Dulcinea?
Sound, my lady?
But of course! This is meant to be struck like a drum, is it not?
Okay, never mind. I take back what I said. This girl's just stupid.
I simply must have it as an accompaniment in my next show. Now then, to begin preparations!
Oh, wait! Madame Dulcinea!
They're still cute, though. I like Veronica. I think Veronica's pretty cool. Since I'm a martial artist, would I be someone's bodyguard? I don't know. That's a lot of responsibility. It also kind of means you're like tied down to that person. Wait, Veronica's not here anymore. Where's Veronica? I need to rob her later. Also, I guess like bodyguard works if you think about it from like a fictional sense here, but like in the real world, a bodyguard would, you know, probably be someone who's skilled in like they're athletic, but also skilled in like guns and stuff, which is definitely not my thing. I guess it'd be cool. I mean, a fictional Kiro could do it. Maybe if he found someone that he found worth protecting. Hey, Lamani. Welcome to the Delta Theater, where our guests want for nothing. Oh, you have a strong staff. I need to steal that from you later.
Well, now.
Lover of the arts and manager of the Delta Theater, he believes the arts to be sacred and thus deeply respects first-class operas and actors, but disdainfully dismisses everything else. Agnia's performance, however, is him reconsidering his approach. Okay, well, Dulcinea is here. Oh, Veronica's here too now. Okay, good. I haven't lost you completely. I need to come back to that shield. I'll dedicate my life to protecting Madame Dulcinea.
Well, now.
A superstar who has made a name for herself across the realm, her debut song, All For You, put her on the map, and she has been unstoppable since. Despite amassing an enormous fortune along the way, most of it has been spent on beauty treatments, costumes, and donations to various causes. Oh, you also have a nice piece of armor there.
I'll take that.
Oh, another day, another chance to shine. Allow me to beat this dumbbell like a drum. You should also go check on that little tavern, right? I don't think I actually went back there since. Sorry, but we're not open yet.
Well, now.
Oh, he has music for me to steal, thank you.
I'll take that.
You can get drunk for cheap here, just don't get your hopes up about the food. Okay, let's go to Clock Bank.
What's this?
A man defined by his love for Catherine, living only to follow her moods, obey her whims, and devote himself to her in body and soul. He is considered a hopeless case by those around him, but Catherine's happiness is his happiness too. Catherine, oh Catherine. It was all a misunderstanding, but she's gone all the same. I can't imagine she's left town, but oh, is this truly the end for us? No, 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 I simply cannot accept it. She is my everything. Life is meaningless without her. Gods, anyone, if you're listening, please, please reunite me with my dear Catherine. Come with me.
Come on now. Shall we?
Yeah, my voice is doing better now. I just don't know if I could do a full 4-hour Uma and Echo stream, but I could definitely talk and read just fine. Although once in a while it's just a little bit of maybe a little bit of phlegm, but not too much. Cat with a mysterious air of refinement. Fickle and contrary, she is very comfortable around humans and excellent at getting what she wants from them. She acts as if born to rule over her long-suffering owner. In short, she is a paragon of catdom. Meow. Meow. Catherine! Catherine, my darling, oh thank the gods you're alright. I was just being polite when I called the cat next door cute. You're the love of my life, so please come home already. Meow. Truly? Oh, thank you so much. Please don't leave me again. You have my most heartfelt gratitude for reuniting me with my dearest Catherine. Oh, I got cake powder from him. Nice, thank you. Catherine can get quite jealous at times, but I love that about her. Meow. Clock Bank would be such a nice city to live until you realize the working conditions are inhumane and everyone in town will steal anything not nailed down. Right? And same with New Delta. It's like, oh, this place is nice, except there's like a slums and it's literally run by a group of assassins. Great. The music here is nice.
Well now.
Hey you, listen to this! Ugh. I'm the descendant of a royal line. Or at least that's what my old man said. Apparently our ancestors were royalty in the northern Brightlands or something. But no one believes me, not a soul. Damn it, if only I had some sort of proof. Oh, okay, so there's two ways that you could do this quest. And I already read ahead, so... so this Nick's royal family tree is an item I got from the abandoned village. If I give it to him, then he'll find out that he's actually royalty or something like that, and then he decides to just act all high and mighty. But there's another way I could do this quest. I need to go to Muttwise, though. We need to find a scholar or something. I guess I might as well just scrutinize people as I see fit.
What's this?
Oh, I failed. Be fine.
What's this? What's this?
I kind of want to knock this guy out. Get inside his house.
Good night.
Aw, dang, I had to knock out his wife too. Oh wait, she's the former champion.
What's this?
Oh, she defeated her husband to become the champion, and then retired. She's only 26. Well, you also get knocked out.
Fool.
Wait, I guess I should have talked to her first. Oh well. Thank you. Engagement bow. I'm stealing their engagement bow. I'm so sorry. You have a hard look on your face, Oswald. Are you perhaps thinking about magic? Just so. I see. Hold on now, you really just gonna end the conversation there? Oh no, that's not Temenos, that's Partitio. But of course, I wouldn't want to disturb him. Gari's a kind soul, ain't he, Oswald? Silence, please, I'm nearly there. Just one piece of the puzzle remains. Sorry, I'll try to be real quiet. At this rate, I fear he'll be lost in thought until morning. Huh, I imagine his buns will be properly steamed by then with all that sitting. What did you say? About what? Your buns being steamed? Eureka. Huh? Eureka. It is a word our ancestors used when struck by inspiration. It means I found the answer. And how did steam buns help you there? I too am curious. What sort of magic were you thinking about? Steam. If you compress steam to its very limits with magic, and then release it all at once, you could theoretically unleash vast amounts of power. Ooh boy, you want to combine the steam engine with magic? Sounds like fun to me. My word. Say, if you could make the engine more efficient with magic, wouldn't you be able to use it in real dry places too? Like Ku and the other desert nations. Ah, that would certainly help my people thrive. Might I join in that discussion when the time comes? Certainly. Huh, 3 heads are better than 1. I'm sure we'll come up with a bundle of good ideas. Huh, I imagine your mercantile background will be a boon to us, Particio. Indeed, our discussion shall be a fruitful one. It's probably someone inside the library I need to get info from.
Well now.
She remembers the exact location of every tome in the building. But her memory for other things other than books is lacking. Okay, who has the information I need? Oh, I think that person's for later. I'm gonna leave that person for later.
What's this? Well now. Well now.
Dang it! I think that's the guy I need too. I'll be back. What's with all these 90% missing? What is this, Fire Emblem? Thank you, Tavern Keeper.
What's this?
Oh, dang, you're not even the person I need.
I'll take that.
What's this?
Is it you? 54%.
What's this?
You weren't even the right person. Is it you? 54 again. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. 54% is a 50-50 chance.
What's this?
There we go. A scholar researching the history of a particular royal bloodline that vanished along with its kingdom after an extensive bloody war. The tragedy of that vanished line of kings is proof inscribed on history of all the folly and cruelty of humanity. Nick's family tree. Nick's family history. Thank you.
I'll take that.
Well now.
Ooh, masterful mugging? Thank you. I'll use that against you. Oh, royal descendant's sweetheart. All it takes is one drop of liquor and he starts rambling about his royal lineage again. I don't know if what he says is true, but I'm sure any scholar Montwise worth their salt would have some idea.
Well now.
Love of the man who believes he's descended from a royal line. Though fully aware that he is average and unremarkable, she admires how passionately he values his family. However, she is uneasy about his obsession with his royal lineage. Okay, so again, if I give him the royal family tree, it proves that he's from a royal family, and then he just gets really cocky or something like that. But if I give him the research instead... What's that? You learned something about my ancestors. I see. So the Nyx family ruled the northern region of the Brightlands. But the younger prince's lust for power was so great that he murdered his older brother? And that eventually sparked a bloody war within the family, which was the beginning of the end for our line. But only the younger prince survived after fleeing for his life, and his name was... Why, this is my forefather's name! Which means I am a descendant of that despicable man! Thank you, Traveler, you've opened my eyes to the truth. I won't boast about my lineage anymore. I'm gonna live my life my way from now on. No more talk of the past. That seems like a better ending. I'm not the man my forefather was. I'll lead a life that will make my descendants proud, no matter how ordinary it may be. No matter who his ancestors were, he will always be himself. I mean, I like how there's a lot of quests in Octopath 1 and 2 where you can solve it one of two ways. And the wiki is usually good because it tells you kind of what the result is of each one. But the thing is, it's not very many quests that have that option. Like, it's very few quests that have that. And usually the one option is a lot better than the other. And you would never know. I mean, in the past game, there was that one quest about that scholar who was researching that royal lineage, and both of the options taught you something new, so it was actually worth seeing both of them. But in this case, most of the time, most of them are just one is a much better result than the other. I mean, you get the same results, you get the same item in the end, you get the same reward, but the game doesn't really give you much indication that there's more than one way to solve it, and there's very few quests that have that. I wish more quests had that. Yeah, there's one more quest in Clock Bank we need to do. I think I actually need to go around. Oh no, he's over there. I think this one has an optional dungeon attached to it. Oh, come on. Why do I keep failing the 90%?
What's this?
I'll take that.
Oh, I can't believe it. The last storm completely washed away the bridge. I was supposed to fix the clock tower bell in the double, but it looks like that won't be happening. Who knows how long it'll take for someone to build a new bridge. I wonder if there's another way to get to that clock tower. Dude, there's a dock right there. Do I need to bring him with me? I think I do, don't I? Yep.
Come on now. Shall we?
Come with me. Oaken. It's a level 44 optional dungeon. Wait, is there nothing on that first, like, floor? Oh. Wait, there's a chest there. Wait, no, that's just a box. I guess there's nothing over there. Is this a really short optional dungeon? Is that why the save point's here?
I'll do what I must.
What are you? You're like a...
What to do?
A mad rat king. Wait, what's the point of coming up here? Oh, okay. I didn't know I could step through the gear. That seems a little dangerous. Why is there a chest right here? I mean, I'll take it, but why is there a chest right there? That's kind of weird. This is a really short optional dungeon. This game, I looked up how many optional dungeons there are in this game, and there seems a lot less of them than there were in Octopath 1. Although in this game, more of the optional dungeons are actually attached to side quests, because we've already done quite a few of them during my regular playthrough to get the extra job licenses or to get other key items for other important side quests. Because in the first game, only a couple of the optional dungeons were actually part of side quests. Most of them were just kind of there as leveling locations, and not many of them had bosses. So maybe they're balancing it out in this one by having less optional dungeons, but more of them are like actually part of quests. The sense of danger is overwhelming. Are you certain you wish to proceed? Yeah.
Allow me to let
Oh, a bird. Great. Maybe I should have brought Partitio.
Here I come. You've been exposed.
My turn.
I don't remember what everyone's skills are.
Afraid of the dark. I also like how they actually gave mini-bosses special boss music in this game. In the last game, the optional bosses in the dungeons didn't even have boss music, they just had normal battle music. Oh, I forgot I have the clock tower guy with me. What if I keep summoning him and then he runs away? Oh, I forgot. I haven't even really used this. It's giving me the tutorial. Yes, I know what a dance session is. Game. I just didn't use it very much. What if I overuse the clock tower guy and then he runs away, and then when I beat the bird, I have to bring him back again? That would be great.
Strike them down.
Now it begins.
What's my Arms Master bow attack? Okay. Oh, it's a single hit though, okay.
How's this?
Oh, come on, just hit him one more time.
Ready?
You're open.
Time to shine. Forgive me. This is my chance.
Skillfully cast, I'll end this. I summon Brand, the Thunder Blade.
I know that Brand's blade is not as strong as
My turn.
his latent power skill or his limb from limb, but I don't think my stats are high enough to actually make use of that.
Go back. Aber, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, I should have given you breaking bounds or whatever.
Calculations complete.
I don't know. One True Magic is powerful, but it also lowers shields, but there's really no point in me doing that.
Indulge me.
All right. I can do whatever I set my mind to. Forgive me.
Girl can kick. Oh, well, that's not good.
Now it begins. Allow me.
It's my turn now. Pain, be gone.
That's a hope.
My turn.
Oh no, it's the hunter that has a leg trap, not the thief. I keep thinking it's thief because I used to get Therian to do it all the time. That's fine.
Ready for a surprise?
I need a plan.
Oh, I also don't have a merchant to give Hikari extra BP. No, I think I could just endure. I think I could just endure his attacks. I don't need to break him now.
Use this.
I owe.
Yeah, that does like nothing. That does like nothing.
Now it begins.
Cleaning time.
You're open.
Man, I wish I had a merchant with me. Don't hit him.
I need a plan. May your wounds be healed.
Many thanks, Professor.
Time to shine.
you still have Lion Dance. Or he just abided, so let's do this.
Lion dance!
This wasn't in my calculations.
Oh, come on. Oh, thank you for the stretch, Kieran. I don't really know what to do while I'm waiting for BP to come back.
Thank me later.
I'll just electrocute myself. Oh no, 1 damage. What will I do?
No.
Okay, now I need to break him.
Strike them down. Broken.
Fine work, Oswald.
Lion dance!
Ready?
Playtime's over. Aver, Prince of Thieves.
My turn. I fight for my friends.
Should I try this with Limb from Limb? Let's try it with Limb from Limb.
Allow me.
Okay, okay, that is stronger. Okay.
There's no need for flattery.
This is 4 hits.
It'll rust my soul.
It just doesn't feel strong when I'm not fully buffed and debuff the enemy. I see now, it was a monster that snuck in and broke the bell. The damage doesn't look too bad. This will be a quick fix. Give me a minute, would you? That should do it. Now it ought to be ringing. Well, like clockwork. I can't thank you enough. I'm sure the townsfolk will be happy to hear a chime too. Thank you for your nut. Yeah, welcome back, Kieran. Did you have a good time? You went to the Final Fantasy 16 event, did you not? The live event? Must have been fun. Okay, I don't think there's any quests in the abandoned village, but I want to double check. Yeah, there's nothing here. Okay. We also need to go to Lost Seed. There's a bunch of things here too.
Well now.
The dancer whose former cleric boyfriend was cut down by a swordsman who claimed to be a thief was so beautiful that yesterday, because there was no apothecary, the hunter betrayed the merchants and stabbed the scholar as instructed, and the hunter now means to kill you and me both, but I know! Oh, I want this Moon Eater, that's what I came here for. Okay, and then there's a chest in the house next to the inn. Or here.
Well now.
A girl who simply exists. She has lost all hope and closed her eyes to the darkness that has no dawn. Hey Lork, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. But darn it, I can't knock her out. Okay, so apparently to get into this house, you need to change it to nighttime, and then wait for the night to pass, and then she will move out of the doorway on her own. So I guess we'll just kind of leave her be for a little bit. Yeah. Darn, I can't knock out this child. I know, I could entreat you, right? Oh, it doesn't let me entreat you, okay. You just have an almighty olive, that's not really... Yeah, I guess I just gotta wait for night to pass. Please move, child. Please move. Please move. Please move from this door. I need an important item inside. What if I talk to you? Mama, Papa. I'm sorry. I already got the forbidden elixir from her. You know, there's a lot of towns in this game that just don't get a happy ending. Like, this Lost Seed place, and the abandoned village. They're just kind of left there. Do you want to join your parents, kiddo? Oh, that's awful. Oh, she's moving. Thank you. I'll steal your one and only possession. I can't even interact with her anymore. She's just doing a little jaunt around town. So this cursed helmet is one of the best helmets in the game. It gives you physical defense plus 88, elemental defense plus 88, but it also gives you minus 66 SP. But if you equip the Collar of Vengeance, that's the item that reverses negative status effects on equipment, then that minus 66 SP becomes plus 66 SP. But you need to make sure you equip it, otherwise it's just going to be a bad cursed helmet. Wait, where'd she go? Did she just leave? I wasn't looking. Did she just leave? I guess she just left. Well, I relieved her of her cursed possession, so that's good. And then, oh, do I have the dragon mail? There's a dragon mail on the road leading up to this town. I don't know if I got it. Did I miss it? I might have missed it. Oh, here it is, dragon mail. Okay, sweet. Okay, let me just double check to make sure. That I did everything I want to do today. Okay, that's all I want to do today then. Okay, so we have done approximately half of all the side quests I want to get through in this game. I'm not going to do all of them, but I'm doing all the ones that give us good armor, good accessories, or nuts, which are the permanent stat boosting items, or give us any like background of what happened to some of the characters after. I was really surprised about that side quest with Jade. I didn't even write down that I was going to do that one. I just did it on a whim, and I didn't realize it was about him. I never thought we'd get closure about him. That's kind of sad. There were a lot of, like, kind of sad side quests today. But now we finished all the side quests that I was going to do in Hinuma, Torohaha, Harbor Lands, and Bright Lands, except for the 5-tiered tower. We're going to do that later. Which means next time we're going to do Winterlands, Wildlands, Leaflands, and Crestlands. And in the meantime, I also need to get Throne to a higher level so she can actually pickpocket those battle-tested items that we saw today. Or maybe I'll just buy them with Partitio. We'll see. We'll see. But it's kind of nice getting back into this game, even though we really didn't do much fighting today. But, you know, again, I've been meaning to go back to it. I just kept getting distracted with other games, and I was hoping there'd be better guides written for this game already, but I mean, there are better guides now, but they're still kind of lacking, but we'll give it a try. I want to at least get all the side quests done this week, and then we'll see if we're ready to start taking on the final boss, or maybe we'll wait a little bit longer to see if there's any better resources. But again, I'm enjoying this game. I do like this game, so it's nice to come back and actually, like, properly finish it, because let it never be said that Kiro does not leave games unfinished on his channel. Alright, let's have a look at Twitch and see who is streaming at this hour. It looks like Amai is streaming. She's streaming... Oh, she's doing a drinking stream. Okay. Let's drop in on our friend Amai. She's a great artist and VTuber. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably for more Octopath 2 side quests, unless I change my mind. And again, if you want to check out my YouTube channel, see previous videos I've done, or catch up on the previous Octopath 2 videos, or Octopath 1, or other games, please do that. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.